My next guest, Audra Saldana, is a Central Florida mentor with a mission to strengthen and provide guided support to children and young adults in need of hope. Hi.
Hi, Emily. How you doing?
Good. How are you doing?
Doing great. Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here.
My pleasure.
Tell us about yourself and your work as a mentor.
I grew up in South Bronx, New York, for a little short period of time when I was very young. We moved over to Florida. We moved to Miami first, then we moved to Orlando. And so just kind of moved around a little bit, got myself in some trouble, went through some traumas as a child and things of that nature. And so that's the part that inspired me to become a mentor, so that I can help people that kind of went through the things that I've gone through.
So tell me a little bit more about what inspired you to become a mentor. Was there any outside influences that made you feel that that's the route you wanted to take?
I think I was just kind of divinely guided to be a mentor. It was something that I was always passionate about. I was a mentor even as a child. You know, I would always kind of advocate for others, and I'd always try to kind of steer people in a different direction and try to do something more positive, even though I myself made a lot of mistakes. I think it's incredibly important. I wish I had a strong mentor in my life as I was growing up and making my mistakes, and I didn't have that, so I became that. And it works great for me. It's something that I'm incredibly passionate about. I definitely feel like it's one of those things that it comes natural to me. It's like parenting, like being a mother. It's a very, very natural place for me to be. And I have a genuine love for all people, so it works.
You're part of the Credible Messengers mentorship. I know we had the crime task force that Ruben was on, and that's the first time that I started hearing from Ruben about the Credible Messengers mentorship programs, and he brought that to the county through his when I appointed him to that task force. And so that's something we're definitely moving forward with in the county. Everyone's super excited about it. So how does someone get involved in becoming a Credible Messenger mentor?
You know, Credible Messengers came about, I got certified back in 2019. We've been doing mentorship through Root Camp since 2014, but Credible Messengers, I got certified in 2019. And it was just an incredible movement to be a part of and continuously be a part of. Sometime in January, we're going to continue our education with them, as they'll be coming from DC to continue to train us as far as the mentorship goes. It's a movement so that, formerly incarcerated individuals or even mentors, that people that can relate or have something to give back to help those that are going through it, basically providing hope for those that are in need. Guidance is incredibly important. What better way to guide our youth than to those that they can relate to, those that they can see have been through the things that they've been through. So the Credible Messengers provide that everywhere. It was amazing it's amazing to have them come from DC to here. I've been waiting for a few years now, and I'm so glad that it's finally moving forward.
Yeah,
kudos, Florida.
You've collaborated in some programs with our past guests. I just mentioned Ruben, and then we have 7 that we had also interviewed with. Why is it important for you all to work together?
It's important for all of us to work together because it takes a village. Quite simply put, it takes a village for all of us. We all have a set thing that works great for us. No 2 children are the same. So when you're trying to reach our youth, everybody can't relate to the same individual. So why not have everyone to collaborate with? Everybody has something so phenomenal to add to the table. You have your redemption stories. You're formerly incarcerated. You have those that are followers of art, just a mentorship in that aspect, music and things of that nature, or even just basic life skills. If they can relate to you, then you can touch a child and you can change them and you can help them, guide them so that they can do better and they have hope.
And what does the Credible Messengers program focus on?
The Credible Messengers focuses on trying to change the minds of the youth, and as far as the mentorship aspect that I do, it's just basically guiding those kids that are headed in the wrong direction. We're trying to prevent children, youth, to end up incarcerated. We're trying to avoid that altogether because, you know, the kids are ending up incarcerated. Next thing you know, they're in the system, and then it's just a downhill battle from there. So, so difficult to come out of that, you know. So altogether, we're really just trying to prevent that from even happening. So we have to catch them good and young so that, you know, they understand that there's a better path.
And how do the children and the mentors get connected?
Different ways. Another important reason why it's important to collaborate with others. You know, we all come from different backgrounds and different spaces. So we all either know someone who knows someone, word of mouth, things like that. For instance, for example, I work for a private school. I meet a lot of children there. The kind of children that gravitate mostly towards me are those that have situational, you know, circumstances like, you know, childhood traumas and things like that. They suffer from depression, dysmorphic disorders and things of that nature. You know, they struggle with feelings and how to, you know, navigate through life, basic life skills. You know, like I said, it's like mothering to me. So it becomes very, very natural. A lot of these children are literally looking for a mother figure, a father figure. One of the greatest things I love about Credible Messengers is that it has a wraparound system. I didn't know it at the time, but as I, you know, grew up and grew older, I always had a wraparound system. It's amazing. You know, you have to be available. People have to be available. Their time has to be available for children to recognize that they're concrete. They're not going anywhere, you know, and they want to see the authenticity. They want to see that this person is not going anywhere, and I can call at any time, can be there at any time. Not only that, but when you're mentoring and you're collaborating with others, you have your therapists, you know, counselors, you know, you have the formerly incarcerated and things like that, and people who have the redemption stories and all of that. So you quite realistically, you can really wrap around, you know, a child, and there will always be somebody available that they can reach out to. So they're never alone.
Mm-hmm. What tips do you have for those who may be interested in becoming a mentor?
My thing is just be genuine, be authentic. You know, when you come to stand up for that line of work, you know, come with a pure heart. Come because it's what you love to do, to help another child or to help you know, a young adult or something like that. Come for the right reasons. And you're not going to go anywhere. Once you come for the right reasons, you can't break away. It's something you fall in love with, you know. Fall in love with your, you know, the people that have the same vision as you, the people that, you know, hold the same passion as you, and helping the children. There's nothing more satisfying than when you're helping a child and they sit there and tell you how you've changed their life, you know, or parents that come to you and say, thank you so much. You saved my child, you know, and so little things like that. If you come with the right attitude, when you come with the right intentions, that for me is the biggest thing. Come authentic. Don't come with the fakes, or to come with the attitude of what you can gain, because like I said, it's a wraparound system. It's a 24/7 thing. We don't close doors. That's not what we do, you know. So when you come for kind of like a life sentence, if you will.
Is there anything else that you would want to leave our viewers with?
We could use some help, you know. If our viewers are willing to help, that would be fantastic. You know, with the Credible Messenger movement, we pick up kids, we take them places, we travel with them. You know, we have to take them to the facilities where we're able to train with them, sort of like with the mixed martial arts aspect that Root Camp does, you know, or boxing that Seven does with Las Semillas. You know, we need transportation. So it'd be phenomenal if somebody can get us something we can drive. We can get them to a safe place. We need a safe vehicle to get them there. So that would be amazing if somebody can band together to get us that. That would be great, because it'd be a lot easier for us to grab all the children instead of leaving one behind. That's not what we want to do.
Yeah.
You know, and sometimes it's difficult for other people to say, hey, you know, I'll carpool or whatnot. You know, it gets difficult to find people that are open to do those things for these kids. So sometimes we take in 2 and 3 trips because we don't want to leave no kid behind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you need lots of donations, volunteers.
Donations, volunteers, yes,
Yeah.
all that good stuff. Authentic ones.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much for being here.
My
and
pleasure.
for
Thank you so much for having me.
sharing the information and providing all the services that you do and
Thank you.
being there to help our youth.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.